Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. It's approximately 8 o'clock in the morning here in the UK. Look, I've had my breakfast at my desk. I've got my cornflakes, I've got my OJ, business breakfast. And of course the business was watching episode 2 of season 1 of Batwoman, and it's time to give my review. Now, I am, as I was with the first episode, going to be as fair as possible. I don't have an agenda. I want to review this based on what I see and what I see alone. And this show has a huge problem. And it's very apparent very quickly. And the problem that this show has is the protagonist. The protagonist is already done. Already done. There's no room for development with this character from Kate Kane to Batwoman, other than when they decide to change the costume to the one with the red wig. That's the only way that they're going to be able to do it, because Kate can do everything. She can do everything already, and that in itself just destroys development of this character. She can be where she needs to be. She can do what she needs to do. She's proficient with everything when it comes to the bat suit and the gadgets and all this kind of stuff, and the training that she's never received, apart from when she decides to go into sub-zero lakes, which would kill her with hypothermia, but never mind. And it's just really frustrating. It's really, really frustrating, because you could have some really good storytelling in somebody learning the ropes, in somebody trying to do the right thing, trying to learn, trying to become better. But she can't become better because she's already at the top. She can already do everything. She can beat everyone in fistfights. The suit does all the rest. It protects her from gunshots. She can traverse rooftops, jump down, do whatever acrobatics she wants, zoom across town, all the tech available. She can do everything. And it's boring. And it's already boring. Her character is basic as hell, because there isn't any true room for growth. And it's a massive problem. And it's a massive problem that they should have seen very early doors. But they didn't. They didn't. She just does everything. And another thing, before I get into the review, the music in this show is horrific. I mean, horrific. From the basic score that underlines the show to the most inopportune times where something, some sentimental scene, well, it's not even sentimental, but some scene of some emotion. I mean, I couldn't really determine what emotion I was meant to feel half the time, but some scene of some emotion, and then suddenly you just get that generic, awful, squealing cat singing that just kind of goes, I'm scared, and I'm just like, what the f*** is going on? Why is this song playing here? It doesn't work. Relax. Sorry, the OJ's got a bit of sugar in it. And so's the crunchy nut cornflakes. And it just doesn't work. And it was so off-putting. It was so off-putting at times. Did my head in. Absolutely did my head in. So, episode 2. How was it? I could see what they were trying to do. And some of it succeeded and a lot of it didn't, sadly. There were some parts that I liked again, but for the most part, this was just another episode. And a lot of that, as mentioned, is because of Ruby Rose's character. Because it can do everything, that there's no obstacles for her to overcome, so there's no tension, there's no stakes, and that makes for a bland show. So, we found out at the end of the first episode that Alice may in fact be the missing, presumed dead sister of Kate Kane. And there was some plot development between them, some character development really with Alice as opposed to Kate Kane, which was okay. For the most part, okay. And I was paying attention when Alice was on screen, and that character is okay. It's not great. It's okay. Luke Fox, dreadful. Absolutely dreadful, vacant, one-note exposition character that adds nothing to the show, brings nothing to the show. Don't know why he's there. Really don't. Don't know why he's there whatsoever. The father, again, showed some decent character development, because we went flashbacked quite a bit this episode to when the accident had just happened, where the wife and the other sister was lost. And there were some decent bits there with the family. But Sophie continues to be far and above the best character on the show. Because Kate goes to her at the Crows with the knife that she found when she was fighting Alice at the end of episode 1. Says, oh, I think Alice is actually my sister. I know where she is. She's at this. I'm going to meet her because there's now a shoot to kill on Alice order for the Crows, and she doesn't want her father to do that. You let my father go off and search for her in that area. I'm going to go off and meet Alice. And then Sophie and the Crows go off to the area that the Crows are going to, which is the misdirection because they've already moved on. And she finds that they've actually murdered the occupants of that house. And Sophie feels guilty that she knew where Alice was going to be. And instead of being there, they turn up to this house and the occupants have been murdered. And she realises what Alice is, which is a murderer. And so she goes to Kate's dad and says, look, I know who she is. And so they turn up. And then Alice berates her for telling her father, oh, you told him. And it was just like, Sophie should be Batwoman. So that's who should be Batwoman. Because she shows moral conviction. She shows that she's not going to be swayed by somebody. She can make her own decisions. And so she's far and above the best character, the most interesting character. And I am worried for her. And I am worried for her because of a couple of when I say horrific things, I'm going to tread carefully here. But I do think these next couple of things I'm going to mention were done from their perspective in good faith. But in my perspective, it came off as really callous and cringy and ultra SJW and crazy far lefties. And what happened was in the very first scene of the episode, they're discussing Sophie being married. And because of the relationship that Sophie and Kate had when she was at military school, the other sister, the really annoying one, she was going, well, she could be bi, she could be this, pan, she could be this, that, the other. And she goes through the alphabet of all the labels that you can put onto people while saying at the beginning of the conversation, I don't want to put a label on Sophie, but let's stick a label on her. And I thought that was really bad. Look, just let somebody be who they are. Stop trying to pigeonhole them. If somebody wants to come out as gay, let them come out as gay. If somebody comes out as bi, let them come out as bi. Whatever they are. If they say, look, I'm straight now, respect their decisions on who they are. Stop trying to pigeonhole people. And there was a scene later on where Sophie says to Kate, look, forget about me. I'm happy. I've moved on. Because she's now happy with her husband. That's what she says. But we all know what's going to happen. We all know that the show's going to force her to be gay, aren't we? We know that. And it's not a good message. because Kate should respect her decision in reality. But she said, oh, I wish I was at your wedding. And she's like, well, you know, we didn't know where you were to give you an invitation or whatever. And she says, no, because if I was at your wedding, I would have stopped it. And it's just like, I think they're trying to be romantic, and it comes across as creepy. And it comes across as, to be honest with you, bigoted. It really does. Let Sophie be who she is. But we know what they're going to do. And it's going to be really awkwardly done. It's going to be really in bad taste done. And, yeah, so that's a bit, But I've got to concentrate on that because the episode just happened again. It just sort of meandered along and it wasn't particularly good. There wasn't anything exciting for me to get my teeth stuck into apart from the small tidbits that I've mentioned as regards to little bits of character development. But it's so let down by its main protagonist. It's so let down by the fact that Batwoman can be everywhere and do everything. And so can Kate Kane, because they're one in the same. Oh, and by the way, Kate Kane is riding around on a motorcycle during the day and riding around on a motorcycle at night as Batwoman. Sure, nobody's going to make the comparison. Get another vehicle, woman. And so, yeah, just meh. So, in regards to score, I think it was better than the first episode. Not by much. I'd probably give this let's give it a 5 out of 10. Very average. Again, I think I'm being generous. Generous here, but this show's got to be careful. Because I think this show is really 2 steps away from giving a really poor message to some people who might be confused in their lives, to giving a really poor message to people who just want to be who they want to be. But that's what you get with these crazy people trying to push their identity politics on us. But I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links there in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.